Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading. My name is Gabby Turner and the topic for this pick a card reading is your future relationship. So the details of your future relationship. So the next relationship that you will have, what's that going to be about? So we have three options here represented by these three gemstones. Number one is Rhodochrosite, timestamps below. Number two is Lepidolite. And number three is Sunstone. So as always, the timestamps are listed below, as well as information on how you can get a personal reading from me, which I would highly recommend if you want your reading to be specific to your energy. Although in these pick a card readings, a lot of times you can get very highly personal readings as well. So that's the intention here today. So again, number one is Rhodochrosite, number two, Lepidolite, and number three, Sunstone. So they'll be in the timestamps with the number as well as the name of the gemstone. I'll hold this up here for a moment so you can really concentrate. All right, group one, you chose Rhodochrosite. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to read what's on the back of this card at the end as just an extra spiritual message. So hopefully I will remember to do that because I feel called to do it. But let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand while we're here. So your next relationship, your future relationship, details of that. I'm starting out with some gemstone cards. And what's interesting is I pulled a card for both you and this person, and they're very similar looking. We have Moldavite and Peridot. I feel like the Peridot here is you and the Moldavite is this person, but in any case, like, it's a very similar coloring, right? And I shuffled and pulled these. So I feel, first of all, you and this person have a lot of similarities, perhaps even in the way that you look. There's some sort of similarity in the way that you look. I would say I do kind of feel like as a couple, you might be the one who is a bit more cheerful and uplifting. You know, you're there to uplift and encourage. And I feel like this person, on the back of the card, it says, transform your life on earth. I feel like this person maybe opens your perceptions in some way. Like there's something about them that opens you up to a new type of experience. I also feel like they represent a new type of partner. Like for those of you who have had relationships before, or even those of you who haven't, like maybe there's something about this person that is just out of the box of what you would normally look for in a partner. But they're opening your horizons. But what you are for them is like a source of inspiration, or like you uplift them, because I feel a sort of depressed, a little bit of a heavy energy. Not, I wouldn't say like a depressed, but just like there's some sort of happiness missing in their life, and you bring that to them. And what they bring to you is they open your eyes about what kind of person you could actually be in a relationship with. So this gemstone topaz is representing the relationship itself. It says increase your firepower. When to use it? When you're aiming in the right direction but keep misfiring. Passion is totally indispensable, but if you're not careful with it, it might burn you up. Call on topaz to transform wild obsessions into laser-like focus and burning desires into getting things done. So this is what I'm getting. I feel like in the past, before this relationship, perhaps you have chased passion in romance, but you have done it in a way that hasn't allowed you to have stability. You know, it's like you could have like chaotic, frenzied love, romantic love experiences that are just not very healthy. That's what it's feeling like. And like, I feel like with this person, the passion is still there, but there's stability. And that's really nice. This is also sort of like a rust red color. It's reminding me of the root chakra. Like there's a firm foundation here, whereas I think in the past, maybe because you were chasing the passion and like the emotional intensity and all that, it was hard for you to find that. Maybe you just thought like, well, if I could have stability with someone, it would be too boring. But I feel like with this person, the passion is there, right? The passion is alive, and yet it feels stable. This relationship feels grounded. It feels reliable. Okay, so that's it with the crystal cards. Let me tap into the tarot as well to find out more about this relationship. I've already done a bit of a pre-shuffle, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. You may have been, if you've watched my readings lately, I've been using this deck a lot. It's a new one because my old Rider-Waite deck was just falling apart, but it's called the Reflective Tarot. So it's like a Rider-Waite style. It says featuring the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. So the Radiant Rider-Waite is slightly different from the original Rider-Waite. And then this is like a sort of hologram effect on this particular version. You'll see in a moment. But like, let's find out a little bit more about this relationship. I'm getting cards just about this person right now. That's what's wanting to come out. So we got the Page of Swords and we have the King of Pentacles. I think this person is, they've carved out a really secure life for themselves that gives them time to think. I do feel like this person gets in their head a lot, and they have a lifestyle that allows for that. You know, like I do think they're productive, and, you know, with this King of Pentacles, they are a very responsible person. It looks like they have a good work ethic, you know, someone who other people can trust on to be dependable. But they do get lost in their head sometimes. To me, it feels like the type of person who they like to maybe stay productive in order to not get too swept up in their mind. Because the mental energy here is represented by the Page of Swords. So I do feel like if they allow their mind to take control, it can become a little bit of the monkey mind, or their head could get all over the place. So I think they found a way to kind of basically keep themselves grounded. They do like to get lost in daydreaming and thought processes, but they don't like to get too lost in it. We also have, when I split the deck, the Tower and the Nine of Cups. Tell me more. Tower and Nine of Cups. Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is a generous person. Someone who... I feel like this is someone who can hold space because they have a very grounded energy. They can hold space for other people who are maybe falling apart. Like it's not too much for them. They can hold space for people who are falling apart. Something like that. Let me see here. They can, I feel like there's something here, like this is where they're greeting other people. They're seeing other people sometimes who have this Emperor energy, but the Three of Pentacles reversed. So it's like, they're like, okay, I see that you are someone who's very dynamic. You have a lot of potential, but you're not maximizing, you're not materializing your potential. I know that you have potential, but you're not manifesting it. So I guess this is the sort of grounded perspective that this person has, and maybe this I mean, this is just what's coming through about them. So I don't know. I'm going to allow it to flow and not question it too much. For some reason, you need to know this about this person. They understand that there's this type of person out here who has a lot of potential, but they don't know how to make use of that potential. Well, they're not like that themselves. For themselves, they just get the job done. You know, they're like, okay, I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of opportunities, and then I apply effort, and then I make the thing happen. So I feel like the way that they hold space for people who have potential but aren't meeting their potential, and maybe as a result of that, their life is kind of falling apart, they kind of like hold space for them and just show them the way of like, well, these are your ideas, these are your opportunities, and just, you know, apply effort and you'll get there. You know, I mean, it sounds simple, but in reality it is simple, and yet this person seems to encounter a lot of people who can't figure that out, who can't figure out how to make use of their own potential. So I do feel like this person ends up being sort of like a cornerstone of the community in some way with this Ten of Pentacles card, because they help other people in their community. The word community can mean a lot of different things, right? But they help so many people within their community to succeed and create a grounded, solid future for themselves when otherwise these people have been struggling to meet their potential. I do feel like this aspect of who this person is will affect you as well in a positive way, right? So they can kind of help you as well to see how to make use of your potential. And it's not like they do it in a preachy way. It's more just like sort of holding energy or holding space. Yeah, we have the Hermit card. It's like their quiet wisdom, they don't even have to say the words. It's like their quiet wisdom speaks volumes in and of itself. I do feel that this tends to be more of a quiet person as well. Like I said, they're not someone who needs all of the attention on them. They're quiet. There's a little bit of a somber quality to them. See, what else am I picking up about this person? I do feel, okay, so I feel like I'm picking up like they have maybe a striking contrast or a striking balance between their feminine energy and their masculine energy. Their feminine energy is represented by the Star card, the Empress, and the Moon. Their masculine energy is represented by Strength, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Wands. So they do have a striking balance between these two energies. I would say in their feminine energy, again, there's this quality of holding space for other people. It's nurturing, but they're not losing themselves in the nurturing process. If that makes sense. Like this is not someone who is, yes, they're nurturing and they're there for you, but they're not going to put themselves aside in order to be there for the people in their lives. They have their own sense of self. They have their own presence. But they're like an eternal wellspring, I would say. A wellspring that does not run dry because they continue to fuel themselves. They continue to fill their own cup. They don't stop placing themselves as a priority. Yeah, this is someone who prioritizes themselves, and because of that, they kind of emanate this graceful sense of I'm there for other people. People can rely on me for comfort and support. And then in their masculine energy, I feel like they have an interesting way of expressing their masculine energy where it's like they're very humble. It's a very humble use of their masculine energy. This person really has a lot of respect for the feminine, because I'm seeing this person, him or her, more as the lion and also as the hanged man. It's like they can subdue themselves in order to have reverence for, they have a reverence and respect for divine feminines. There's a lot of holding space, having reverence and respect, but they have that reverence and respect equally for themselves. But you know, this is not someone who has to have the first word or the last word. They're a great listener. They're a great listener. And when you are speaking, they are really listening to you. They're not just nodding their head. They're really taking it in. And then they make use of what they are hearing. Like they put it into action. What does that mean? I feel like when this person has a conversation, that conversation is meaningful. Their interactions with other people are full of meaning. They don't have, this is not someone who engages in a lot of small talk. Their interactions are meaningful. They're like, what's the point of interacting if it's not going to have some sort of meaning or significance? So they come away from their interactions with other people putting it to use in their life somehow. It's like the interaction itself is a sort of resource that is meant to be then set into motion. So yeah, I mean, it's a real gift to be able to connect with this person. I feel like people are going to be kind of shocked to see you and this person get together somehow. But they also will see like, wow, there's a lot of love there. Like these people really love each other, but it's like it's unexpected. And I got that at the beginning as well. Like even for you, you may not expect yourself to be with someone like this. And I kind of feel there will be people who are sort of bruised as well. Like maybe other people actually did. I don't know. There's a mixture of things going on here. Some people felt absolutely that you would end up in this type of relationship. I do feel like for some of you, it could be like a same-sex type of relationship. And some people were like, well, I always saw that coming. But then other people are like, whoa, where did that come from? I don't know. But I do feel this is a new era for you in romance. It's you with confidence saying, this is the right thing for me. You know, it won't be a same-sex relationship for everyone. I'm just saying, like, I do feel like for some of you that's what it is. And maybe you have not, if you have not explored that, if you have not had a same-sex relationship. Okay, anything else for group 1 to know about this? I just feel like both of you are very confident people, and also in your union, your confidence is not shaken by other people. Like if if someone is coming up to you and talking to you, this partner will be so secure within themselves that it's not going to make them feel like you're going to run off with the other person. You know what I mean? Like they're not scared of that. And likewise, but I do feel like you both, because you're confident, dynamic people in your own ways, you probably do have a lot of other people outside of the relationship gravitating towards you, like for friendship, or, you know, it feels like you both are attracting people with the Three of Cups. There are lots of people around you, like wanting to talk to you, wanting to interact, right? Yeah. Like you're a popular couple. You are a popular couple, but like people approach you all as a couple, like want to talk to you as a couple, want to talk to you when you're standing next to each other or whatever. And neither of you feels intimidated by that. I feel like you both still have this confidence and feeling of security within the relationship. But yeah, I do feel like you're kind of a social couple or something. Like you have time together, just the two of you, a lot, but also, like, as I said, you're popular. And I know I said this person they're not someone who needs center stage or who needs to be constantly talking or whatever. But it's like it feels like you're around people a lot. Like you're socially engaged a lot as a couple. Like involved in social activities together. You stay active. And then you retreat together and like have your peace, you know, like separate from all that. So there's a good balance of that. Yeah. I feel like being with this person will upgrade your life as well as theirs. And I keep getting this Ace of Wands. So I just feel like this is a new era of your life that's emerging with this person. All right. So my group 1 people, oh, okay, I said that I was going to read the Rhodochrosite at the end as a sort of spiritual message. Okay, it says rosy red to chilled rose pink Rhodochrosite is the go-to stone for the bent and broken-hearted. And what did I say? This person knows how to hold space for people whose lives have fallen apart. So for people who are broken, I just saw 2233. It's a beautiful, loving energy that they greet people with. Anyone grieving or needing to grieve a major loss, a relationship expired, or an outdated idea of self. Yeah. You are letting go of an old sense of yourself as you open yourself to this person. When to use this stone, when your heart hurts, you can feel all the feels, even the most painful, and still be gentle with yourself. Let Rhodochrosite remind you that this too shall pass, and you, especially you, absolutely will heal and love again when you're ready. I feel like some of you haven't recognized that maybe why you haven't found love yet, if you've been waiting for love for a long time, is because you have not been ready. You may have been thinking that you were ready and wondering, why isn't it here? But I do feel like this is a signal that you are ready now, or you're as ready. Your readiness is like definitely becoming stronger. And for those of you who really like to work with the energy of gemstones, Rhodochrosite, it says, can help you to soften your heart and prepare you for love again. So this might be a gemstone you want to work with. Anyways, group 1, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 2, you chose this Lepidolite. What a beautiful stone. It says, enter your chill zone. Who needs it? The perpetually frazzled, the oh-so-cerebral, type A workaholics. I kind of feel like there is a little bit of both of you. These are the gemstones I pulled to represent you and this person and your next relationship partner. I think you are both kind of like type A. It feels like you're kind of like a very classic couple, classic combo, but I'm feeling like lots of clean lines, clean surfaces. Everything is like very impeccable, perfectionist, type A, pristine lifestyle. Like very magazine, high-end magazine quality life in some way. But yeah, you are a very classic couple is what it's coming up. What's coming up for me. So let me tune into the tarot. You are a dynamic duo, but you're a dynamic duo that is just like impeccable and classic. There's a sort of like purity, a stylish purity. There's very high-end energy here, and like whether the two of you are moneyed individuals or not, it's like it feels there's something that's like high-end status. They're like pure, clean lines. I don't know how else to describe it. Like I don't feel snobby. I just feel like a sense of high-end status, financial worthiness. The two of you together, I don't know if you already had this quality before you met, but there's a sense of like, well, yes, of course, I just know that I'm worthy of having an excess of financial money, but you don't, your lifestyle isn't excessive, right? It feels sort of classic minimalist. Yeah, like classic minimalist. I do feel, I mean, I just have to say it because I feel like there is something here where one or both of you come from money, or like the mindset of money, but you do kind of go against the grain of that somehow and do things in a way, it's like it feels like you want your space and your life to allow room for your mind to move. I just saw 2727. Right, like if there's too much clutter around, you can't think. So I think you both really prioritize. It's coming through very strongly. I mean, you know what? Like every couple is different. For the two of you as a couple, it feels like one of the things you have in common is the lifestyle choice of like clean lined minimalism so that your minds can run effectively. Smooth minds. I do feel like there could be also a mutual interest maybe in mental prowess, but I also feel like you could come from money or you have created money, but there's something where both of you have kind of broken the mold in your families in some way as well, or like you've broken away from the socio-cultural norms or expectations, right? I don't know what that means. Like, you know, like maybe if you come from a certain lifestyle where everyone wants everything to be lavished and like, you know, like lots of luxe decor and like very maximalist, you're going against that by being minimalist, but it's still very like nice and high end. Some of you have come from families where it may have looked like you were wealthy, but really it was whatever came in just immediately went out. And I don't know, it's like, to me, it feels like you've learned from some sort of patterns of your past so that you don't repeat those. So anyway, it's something that you have in common. You understand, like, okay, I want to rise above my origins. It's not that you look down on where you came from or the type of family you came from, but it's like, I want to rise above it. I want to do better. I want to excel and elevate myself beyond what I came from. Okay. It's I do feel like, you know, you have approached love from a place of class consciousness, of like kind of understanding the type of person you want to be with is someone who makes sense for your social class. You know, that's been important to you. But I do feel like it may have been hard for you to find someone who fits that mold, but also makes you actually feel loved, right? And so I think that that's what is unique about this relationship, is that you have both. You do feel loved, but you also feel like you're with someone who makes sense for your social class or your social social standing. You know, someone who fits in, like, who can live that same classy lifestyle, right? I do feel like this is a relationship that will go the distance. It's like you just have too much in common that you understand about each other, or like your way of life. The lifestyle, again, is like very important. It's a very solidifying factor. You have the same mindset. You have the same lifestyle. So like this just works. It works. It works. It works. And both of you prioritize things that work. You like life to run smoothly. You like life to be efficient. This relationship does that for you. I love this. I mean, this is not me. I'm kind of minimalist in my own kind of way, in a camper van sort of way, but like, I don't know, this is like a cool, I feel like I would like you, whoever you are, even though I'm not like you. I like this energy that I'm picking up. Yeah, the two of you are really going to be in love. We have the Two of Cups and the 10. This is a very lasting, till death do us part, like marriage. I feel marriage, the family life. You know, family can mean different things for different people, but it's like you're going to know each other's families. It feels like shared, you know, family traditions, having your own family, whether it's the two of you and your pets or kids, I don't know, you know, like, but there's a feeling of family and I feel like just really enjoying having a lifestyle together. And you know what it is, like, if you had this lifestyle, maybe you've always wanted the lifestyle of the type of home that you have with this person, the type of vacations or whatever it is. But if you had it by yourself, you wouldn't enjoy it as much. To me, it feels like the missing ingredient would be this person. Like, it feels to me like you are a rather independent person, but at the same time, like, having this person in your life just allows you to enjoy life more. I definitely feel like there's just love. You love each other, and it works. That's just what I keep getting. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I feel like that is the message. I think it's a great message. You'll be very happy in this relationship. You'll feel that life is, you know, giving you everything that you've wanted. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It seems pretty nice. I hope that was helpful. I don't want to just keep talking because I feel like I've said the message. So I appreciate you, Group 2, and have a good day. I'll see you back. Bye-bye. All right, Group 3, you chose this beautiful Sunstone. It says, take back your shine. And I thought it was interesting. The timestamp was 3456 for this reading. And I don't know, it's given me different things. I do feel, first of all, I've got 10 of Pentacles reversed at the bottom of the deck, which is, it kind of reinforces something that I was feeling. Don't panic when I say this, but I don't think that this next relationship is going to be your final relationship. I also don't think it's going to be a bad relationship, but to me it feels like a relationship that serves a purpose. I do feel like there's a lot of love and support between the two of you. But it kind of feels to me, so I feel like this is your energy, this is their energy, and this is the energy of something or someone in between, which for some of you it could be a parent, for some of you it could be a third party, like maybe an ex that you're trying to get over or something, or an ex that you might eventually come back to. But it's like the purpose of this next relationship is almost like to help you take back your shine. It feels like a rebound relationship, but in the best possible way. It's a rebound relationship in the sense that it helps you to feel good about yourself again. You know, being with this person does help you to feel good about yourself again. And it kind of gives you the confidence to really stand up for your self-worth. So I do feel like for some of you, maybe you have a parent who has really degraded your self-worth, or someone else in your life who has made you feel that way. And being in this relationship gives you that self-worth and confidence to kind of stand up and claim your power. So that's primarily what this person helps you to do, is like being with them helps you to really claim their power. So if you have someone who keeps trying to take your power, like for some of you feel like it could be a parent, but it could be anyone, right? It's like, no, I have solid support at my back right now. There's a great person who wants to be with me. It helps me to know who the hell I am and what the hell I'm about. And, you know, you can't bulldoze me anymore. It helps you to feel strong and immovable, right? People cannot push you around anymore. So that's the primary purpose of this relationship. It gives you stable footing. Tell me more about this relationship here. Yeah, this person that you're going to be with, they definitely make you happy. I feel like both of you maybe are kind of learning the ropes of relationships within the context of this one. I also feel like the relationship starts very easily. You know, it's not like it takes a long time for you to actually get into a relationship. Like that happens very easily. And then you're kind of learning relationship skills while you're in it. So you make each other happy. It's a good relationship. But I do feel like it doesn't last. You know, this could be for some of you just like a young, early life relationship, or, you know, sometimes we just need a rebound, or like, it's like we need a relationship to kind of help us transition in life somehow. That's kind of what it feels like. I do feel like this person's very loving. They're very supportive. They're there for you. They've got your back. It's like they help you to claim your independence, I feel like. This person helps you to claim your independence. So like, why does it end? I do feel like the two of you will think about perhaps the long term, like you'll consider it. It might just be in the end. It's like, it's interesting because I feel like this person helps you, like maybe to deal with a family member. But in the end, I think that they might be succumbing to their family's expectations or something. Or like something that's expected of them means that they feel that maybe they can't settle down and marry with you. But I don't think that you're that bothered by it in the end. Like if that's what makes it end, it's like to you, you may also have to like go off and do new things with your life. Like maybe there's a path of success, like a job you want to take or going to school or something. I'm not saying that you won't experience any sadness when this ends, but I feel like you'll kind of understand that if you had stayed with this person, maybe it would have kept you stuck in life, right? So I feel like in the end, you both have reasons. It's not like there's an argument or hatefulness that leads to it ending. It's more like it comes to a natural conclusion where you don't want to get stuck in life. And even though this person has been very supportive of you, you feel like you need to expand your horizons, right? And I think for them, it could be, I don't know, there's some expectation they have for themselves that their family has for themselves. Gosh, I keep getting this 9 of Swords. I think it's hard for this person It could be the fact that you want to expand your horizons or take some sort of opportunity just makes this person too nervous. I feel a nervousness on their end, fear. There's some sort of fear on their end that contributes to the relationship not lasting. And the Hierophant keeps coming up on their end as well. Maybe there's something that you want to do with your life that their family wouldn't approve of, or that they themselves just can't see making sense for them in terms of their long-term life path. In any case, I feel like when the two of you part ways, you know, it'll be like a mutual loving acceptance where they're kind of like, I want certain more traditional things out of my life, and there's something about what you're wanting out of life that just doesn't, I can't really see how it fits, you know. But it does make them nervous, the ending of it, because I think they feel worried that maybe they didn't try hard enough or something. Whereas on your end, I think you just kind of see, I don't know, like that you need to move into the next phase of your life. And this is the only one where I'm talking about the way that it ends. I hope that you can process that and understand that. I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune as I ask that. So I think that most of you watching this understand not every relationship needs to last forever, right? You know, our lives flow. Things come and go, right? There's a purpose for things. So I think you can see the higher wisdom of this. But yeah, this is a very loving and supportive relationship. And it's helping to support you through a change in your life that you needed to have. So that's where I'm going to leave that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe look up that angel number. I don't know right off the top of my head, but like numbers that follow each other, it shows some sort of important life progression, right? 3, 4, 5, 6 was the timestamp of this reading. 3, 4, 5, 6. This relationship helps you to get where you need to get in life. I will say that. I feel that pretty strongly. Well, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching Group 3, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.